Hey guys, welcome to Feel the Spirit. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Bear Ausable 64-inch longbow. So this beauty right here is a Bear Ausable 64-inch longbow. I got mine at 50 pounds at 28 inches. They come all 28 inches is where the poundage sits, so draw force curves, you're looking at maybe a pound every inch, pound, 2 pounds every inch. But anyway, I'm here to talk about this bow. I've had this bow for about 3 years now. It is a pretty sweet shooting bow. If you really like longbow risers rather than the big bulky recurve risers, and you like a big longbow, this bow is pretty forgiving and it's really smooth shooter. I mean, it is a really smooth shooter. It does have a little bit of hand shock and a little bit of noise. You can see there as I smack the limb, it's got a little vibration in it, but that's typical out of a longbow like this. I only have these little cat whisker silencers on it. So you were to put bigger silencers, heavier string, and maybe some limb dampeners on this and a quiver, you're looking at a pretty quiet, sweet shooting bow. So, but this is just how it comes from the box. It comes with an optional leather grip that they send separately. And as you can see, I didn't want to ruin the beauty of this bow, so I put it on my Bear Polar because I shoot this one more anyway. So this bow, I got it 3 years ago, and 3 years ago it was $575. I don't know how much it is now, but I'll flash that on the screen. I put a Bear calf hair rest on it and strike plate. That's been on there for 3 years. This string is quite new, but it is I think it's a D97, but this is a D97 string, 12 strand, something like that. And I've got it color matched to the bow. As you can see, it has reinforced limb tips, so you could run fast flight in this. But all in all, it is a really sweet shooting bow. I have footage of the bear that I shot a couple years ago and never could find with this because I had arrow tuning issues, and you can see that arrow is flying wonky. It ends up like that far to the left. I'll put that on screen towards the end of the video so that you can see that I've used this in the field. I killed a squirrel with it, which is a pretty good accomplishment because, you know, a squirrel sitting on a limb ain't like that big. So at about 20 yards, so I'll take that any day, and I'll put a picture of that. Enough talking about it, because that's all I can really say. If you like a longbow, this is a really nice bow. It's a production bow, so it's not gonna be $1,500. It's not a custom, but it is a beautiful bow. And I used to watch a guy on YouTube by the name of Captain Bowman, and I was obsessed with Australia and New Zealand hunting. And he hunted in Australia, and he ended up using one of these, and he would shoot sambar stags, fallow deer, and foxes and stuff with it. And I was like, man, I want one of those bows. So I had a Samick Sage, and I didn't have an expensive bow, or a mid-range bow, as I should say, because this is about your mid-range production bow. So I was like, I really want one of those bows. I begged my mom and dad to get me one for Christmas, and lo and behold, Christmas morning, I opened this, and I was very ecstatic. Now, durability. This bow is extremely durable. 3 days after I got it, I took it hunting. I was shooting it good out in the yard. I took it hunting. I was on my way home, and I flipped the truck in a creek. I won't elaborate on that, but I dropped off the side of the road in the worst spot possible, turned the truck around sideways, and flipped over in a creek. The first thing I did, of course, jump out and look to make sure my bow was okay. And sure enough, it was. And it just had a little bit of damage towards the top limb here. Has a little bit of scratches on it now. But all in all, the bow's okay. I'm still shooting it to today. And I would love to go and actually kill something with it this year, but I don't shoot it as good as that Bear Polar, and it's not as quiet as that Bear Polar is. So I do want to get a quiver and put some limb dampeners and maybe an extra string silencer on it and run 2 string silencers instead of just 1, and maybe that'll help quiet it down. But all in all, I've got this at about a 7 3/4 inch brace height. You could go up a little bit higher, but it seems to be shooting pretty smooth at that. I could probably up it just a little bit, and I probably will in the future before I buy a set of arrows and tune it to it. But all in all, it's a really sweet shooting bow. So I'm gonna run some few shots down here on the target and see how we fare. So we're at a little over 10 yards. This is how it's gonna come from factory. So this is how I wanna shoot it the first time. So we're gonna take a few shots and I'm gonna shoot 3 here. And you can hear how loud it is. I'll move the camera around so you can hear how loud it is. Yeah, I'll give you my thoughts on it. So as you can see, my shots are a little off there. I haven't shot this bow since I came up with the shot process. So I'll go shoot one more group and try to do a little better. So here, I'm gonna put it at this angle so you can see how loud it is. It's gonna be a little bit louder at this angle. So those last 2 arrows sucked, but I'm really just shooting this to see so you can see how loud it is. I just shot my best group doing the shots for the slow-mo, but as you could see the slow-mo, the hand shock and the vibration as it's letting go. And now I'm going to show you a bow that has less hand shock and less vibrations, a little quieter in the slow-mo, so you can maybe see the difference. So, all in all, that's my review of the bow. Has a little bit more hand shock than the other, but it's a pretty smooth bow. Do I think it's worth $575? If you like a longbow and like Bear bows, I'd say get it. It's a beautiful bow, sweet shooting bow. I like to shoot with a quiver. I can't shoot as good without a quiver because I like to cant, and the bow doesn't want to naturally cant. It's kind of like I'm fighting it. When I put a quiver on there, I'm not fighting it as much. But I don't have an extra one to put on here yet. I'm gonna be getting one soon for it. I'm gonna be getting a set of arrows to tune for it. And yeah, I think it's worth it. I would never sell it. That's the Bear Ausable. Thank you guys for watching. Shoot straight. Thank you, Lord, for a beautiful day. Keep on feeling the spirit.